the real estate rundown. I've got Dominic Gill in studio, and we've got our special guest Amanda Whitehead with People's Bank. Thank you both for being here.
Well, I mean, yeah,
Go
typically
ahead,
in here.
Yeah, we appreciate Dominic being on here week in and week out. We're actually streaming on Facebook Live. Are we live yet?
We just got on live.
So if you guys are not driving and you're at home, you want to watch us on Facebook Live, we'd be glad to have you like, share, comment. If you guys have questions about what we're talking about today, great. We'd love to answer it. I think you can even call in. I'll get the number here in just a minute. I'm sure Kenny will be calling us. You know, we had Kenny on the show last time. Did you listen last week?
I did not.
Okay. We had our number one fan, Kenny Folds, listening. So I'm sure he's out there listening today, talking a little bit of football. You think Kenny was upset about some of the scores this weekend?
I forgot his picks. I ain't even gonna lie. So.
Well, he picked Northwestern, which I did too. I thought that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then I picked Texas. I think he picked Oklahoma though.
Yeah.
And then of course, everybody picked Alabama.
So yeah. So that means I was 3-0.
I think so. That's right. That's right. We'll talk a little bit about that in the last segment. We always try and lighten up a little bit with football. But Kenny, we appreciate you listening. Everybody else who listens on a weekly basis, thank you. The Real Estate Rundown is a way for us to help good people get to a better place. We want to give you information about buying a home, selling a home, if you're an investor. Better seller. And today we've got Amanda Whitehead with People's Bank. Amanda, tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do, how long you've been doing it, that type of deal.
My name is Amanda Whitehead. I work with People's Bank of Alabama. I've been in mortgages for a long time. I would say probably close to 15 years. I've been with People's for 6 years, going on my 7th. I am the mortgage specialist for People's Bank. I cover all of Coleman County and Blount County. And we have 20-something branches, and we have, a couple of different mortgage specialists that cover different areas. But my coverage area is Coleman and Blount.
So I know that there are several different types of loans out there. I want to kind of give a bird's eye view and then talk about a specific program that I wanted to touch on today. The first thing I want to do is kind of explain the difference between a secondary loan or tell folks what a secondary loan is, because I know you mostly deal in secondary. Is that right?
I do. Your secondary market loans are your Fannie Mae loans. Basically, you do not make your payments to People's Bank. We call it, we one-off them. So we sell them as soon as we close them. You will not make your payment to People's. We sell it, and you'll make your payment to someone else, probably a servicer or someone.
And the advantage of that is that obviously you usually get lower interest rates and things like that, because you guys are able to sell that to a government-backed agency in bulk, and that's a benefit for the consumer. What are some of the stipulations on those type of loans? Are they more strict than an in-house loan? How does it work?
Well, it's different things. Basically, the secondary market loans, we do have the government-backed funds, so it can be less strict in the sense that we allow lower credit scores than usually the banks do. We don't require as much of a down payment. A lot of the banks require 10 to 20% down, and we have programs that don't require any down payment.
And why do you think that is? I mean, are they trying to, is the government trying to spur the economy? I mean, why do they do that type of deal?
Yeah, I mean, I would say yes. They want to give people the opportunity to own a home. And, there's a lot of people, especially younger couples, that don't have a massive down payment.
Right.
So they need some kind of assistance to be able to own a home, and obviously owning houses and buying houses does boost the economy.
Absolutely. And on the other side of that, what I was meaning as far as strict goes is they actually have protections in place for the condition of the property, right?
Yes.
It's a little bit more strict than, let's say I wanted to go to People's Bank and get an in-house loan on a fixer-upper.
Right.
If I did that, there could be issues with wiring and plumbing and foundation, all that can be fixed.
Yes.
But the type of loan in the secondary market, they don't usually allow that. Is that right?
No, they don't. And when an appraiser goes out, on a government appraisal, his main focus is it's safe, sound, and sanitary.
Okay.
And obviously it's for the protection of the borrower. So they're going to make sure that those things are definitely met.
Well, good. One thing I wanted to talk about today, and this isn't just on the program, but the VA loans. We've got a lot of veterans out there, especially in our area. We've got units here. I know that you've talked to some of the local units as well, explaining the VA process and helping them understand how they can get a loan. What is the benefit of a VA loan, and what are the qualifications?
Okay, so the VA loan is a fantastic program. You have to be a veteran. You have to have a DD 214 to be eligible. And with that DD 214, I'm gonna get a certificate of eligibility that's gonna show me what you're eligible for. The great thing about the VAs is they're 100% financing.
Right.
They don't require any down payment at all, and the seller can pay up to 4% of your closing costs. So you can get into a house paying no money down and having no MI.
Which is pretty incredible. I mean, there's other programs around here like USDA that have similar benefits, but with VA that can be outside of the rural development area as well, right?
Yes.
So if somebody was looking in the Decatur area, I know you service that. Is Aniana part of USDA? I know you kind of stretch out in that area.
Blount County, all of Blount County is.
And then Jefferson County, I think in some of those areas you couldn't get a USDA, so a VA would be a better option if you had that eligibility.
Yes, VA has no income restrictions or property restrictions as far as where the property is located.
Okay, well, good deal. I guess I didn't really understand the program. What is the new program that you guys are going to be offering coming up in January? Is that what you said? When you can actually start closing on them?
I'm very excited about this program. It's called the Federal Home Loan Bank Affordable Housing Program. And with this, specifically targeting the veterans, you don't have to be a first-time home buyer. And obviously on VA loans, you don't have to pay any money down, and you can get up to $10,000 if you've been deployed at any time in your past, and you have a DD 214, you can get up to $10,000 to pay either towards closing costs.
Additional, like if your realtor doesn't negotiate the 4%,
correct,
then that would be additional closing costs.
Correct.
And the cool part was the next thing you were about to say about the principal.
Yes, and if let's say the seller's paying all of your closing costs, you can take that $10,000 and apply it towards the principal at closing. So let's say the purchase price is $100,000. At closing, you're only going to be borrowing $90,000, and you actually didn't have to put any of your own money into it.
That's pretty incredible. I know there's a lot more details in that, and we're about to come up against a break, but I wanted to hit that to begin with. If you guys are listening right now and you want to learn more about this, how do they get a hold of you, Amanda?
You can call me. My office number is 256-737-7091. That's the best way to get in touch with me.
All right, so like I said, on the other side of the break, we're going to go through some more details on this. I know there's certain income requirements, and it actually increases the more people you have in your family. Is that right?
It does.
So we'll go through that, but if you guys are looking to buy or sell a home, you can always give me a call, 256-708-1511, and we'll help you get to a better place. Bunch of folks on here: Kim Bryan Smith, George Griffin, Tony Carlatello, Lawson Chase Rutherford. Chase would be a good one. I think he's a vet. I don't know if he's got a house right now. My wife Catherine Neese, I love you, honey. Glenda Riley, Crystal Owens, who's going to be coming on here in a little bit. Teresa Gill. Thank you guys so much. Please like, please share, please comment. We're talking about VA loans. We're talking about this long acronym. What's the name of the program?
It's Federal Home Loan Bank Affordable Housing Program.
And it's a program that they're offering. People's Bank that's gonna allow you to have up to $10,000 worth of
for veterans.
For veterans,
yes.
Okay. Were there other people that qualify for that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So on the next segment, let's go through that a little bit too, and talk about other folks that do. I know the 10,000 was there. Is it 7,500 just for veterans too?
The 7,500 would be for vets that have not been deployed.
Okay. Well, we'll make sure to hit that on the other side. Cody Hip, appreciate it, brother. Hey, share it for us if you guys have any comments. I know we got some vets out there watching, or that will be watching later on. We're talking about a program that can help you get into a home and even pay down some of your principal and all the closing costs. So make sure you guys tune in. You awake over there?
Yeah, I got everything taken care of.
Hey everybody, Richard Neese here with Whitehead Realtors of Space Place. We appreciate you tuning in to the second segment of the Real Estate Rundown. I've got my uncharacteristically quiet
Well, whenever you're dealing with people who know what they're talking about, and I don't
You just
have,
let 'em talk.
I let them talk on
That's
that
right.
one because
Yeah,
I'll
let
say
the
something, I'll
experts
like
go. Right.
make myself look silly on that. So I just absorb the information and just sit
Well,
quiet.
Dominic,
'Cause,
we appreciate that more than you know. I know we got Amanda Whitehead with, with People's Bank in here. Amanda, thanks for coming on. We're talking about this loan program that's got a huge acronym, and I'm going to let you tell the folks again what it is. And we were talking about veterans on the other side, but that's not the only people this applies to, right?
That is correct.
So if you'll tell them what it is, and then kind of go through some other people that may apply for or that may qualify for this.
Okay. The program is the Federal Home Loan Bank Affordable Housing Program. If you're a returning vet from being deployed, you can get up to $10,000 without actually injecting any of your own funds into the transaction. However, if you are a vet and you have not been deployed, you can get up to $7,500
Nice.
and not have to put any of your own money
So
into it.
if you're a military service member, is that what?
Yes.
Okay, got you.
Yes. Any branch of the military, surviving spouse.
Now, as far as that goes, is that active duty? Is that reserves? Is that
It would be active duty. The reserves would fall under a different. It's called Community Partners.
Okay.
With that program, you can get up to $7,500, but you have to actually inject at least $1,500 of your own funds to get that money. But on that, the $1,500 can be a gift. So a family member or parents can give that money to you.
So, man, I've got somebody that's asking me, do you guys do loans in Tennessee or just Alabama?
No, we do loans in Tennessee.
Okay, great. Tell me
Yes.
if you'll listen in, or she can message you or put it on here. They do loans in Tennessee as well. He's in the Nashville area, so that may be something. I know they've got a good bit of vets up there, so you may be able to help them out as well.
Absolutely. On it's called the Community Partners, the one where we were talking about the guard.
Right.
That one would actually be any person that is law enforcement, retired law enforcement, teachers, healthcare workers, firefighters, any first responder, EMS. Any of those people actually fall under the Community Partners program. So if they put $1,500, it'll be a total of $7,500.
Now, does this adhere to the 4% VA that sellers can contribute?
Yes.
Okay. So
Yes.
that kind of gives you a good idea. But if I could put $1,500 and get potentially $10,000 back, I'm definitely going to do that. I don't know about you.
Yes.
So what are some of the other stipulations? You've got like a list of 2 pages long over there of things that kind of apply, some information. What are some points you want to hit to let folks know, and also want to get your contact information? I know you got a great website that you can do a lot of applications on as well. So give us some more information.
Well, the other program I want to touch on really fast is the first time home buyer, and on that one, you can't have owned a home in the last 3 years, and if you are not a community
Can you say that
partner,
again? You can't have owned a home in the last 3 years.
3 years.
Okay.
Yes.
So is this clientele going to be folks that have been renting for a while, or is that okay?
Yes.
All right.
Yes. Living with family, whatever the circumstances may be. If you don't fall under the Community Partners program or the vet program, you would fall under the first time home buyer. So you inject $1,000, you would get.
Oh wow.
It would be a total of $4,000 that they would match. So it would be a $5,000 down payment that you would get. Now on this, all of these, you do have to fall within the income restrictions, and it's 80% of the median income.
Okay.
And just to give you an idea of what that is, your typical family of 4. Your total gross household income cannot exceed $48,150. A family of 5 would be $52,000. A family of 6 would be $55,850, and then it adjusts from there.
Okay. For folks that have 1099 positions, things like that, that was gross. Okay. I just want to get a feel for that. I know that you can kind of manipulate taxes and say whatever you want. So.
And on that, it gets. It's a little more in depth than that. Like, it's not going to be your gross sales. We're going to take your bottom line, and we're going to do your income based on that line 31 on your Schedule C.
And if you have any questions, they can always give you a call.
Absolutely.
Or get you on the website and put an application and talk with you through email or something like that. It sounds like some great programs, and matching the down payment, even if you're not a vet or law enforcement or whatever, that's pretty impressive. And I don't know that I've heard of anybody doing that. And that's through a federal home loan bank. That's and then People's Bank is the one that actually takes that on.
Yes.
That's a great program. Tell us a little bit more about some of the other programs you have. Just go through a list of things. And before that, I lost my train of thought. What about credit requirements for these loans?
Okay. Your credit requirements are going to be the basic credit requirements for the loan that you're getting. So this is going to, I call it piggyback. It's going to piggyback a conventional FHA or
I
VA
got you.
loan, USDA. So your income, your credit, and everything has to fall within the guidelines of those mortgages.
Okay.
This is what is called a soft second. So you have to
I
live in the
see.
property for 5 years, and it's a forgivable debt. So you're gonna sign a
Wow.
second mortgage. It will not be recorded as long as you stay in the property. The debt goes away. It's forgivable.
I see.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive. I mean, that's a great program. What are some other things that you guys offer that aren't this Federal Home Loan Bank that more folks around here might use?
The USDA is a fantastic program. Obviously, all of Coleman County and Blount County are eligible for those. That one has income restrictions as well. It's a little bit higher than this program. And then the property, of course, has to be eligible, like we were talking about earlier, safe, sound, and sanitary. That's 100% financing. We have the FHA program that's 3.5% down. It's going to fall within the same property guidelines as the USDA. That's a fantastic one too. So if you make too much money for the USDA or for this, FHA would be your next best option.
What about do you guys do the Alabama Housing Authority loans?
We do not offer those at this time, but
Okay.
that's a very good program too.
Okay. Well, and there's so many different loan programs out
Mhm.
there. I mean, there's probably 1,000 of them. I just want to
Mhm.
ask on that one. So how do folks get a hold of you? We're coming up against the end of the segment, and give them several ways. I know your website.
And your NMLS number so that we
Yeah,
can
that's
you
right.
can be sure and
I don't want to get you in trouble now.
yeah.
Yes. You can reach me on my office phone at 256-737-7091. My email is akwhitehead@peoplesbankal.com, and my website is peoplesbankmortgage.com. NMLS number 903-848.
And what location are you at? A minute?
I'm at the main branch in Holly Pine in Coleman, right across from Walmart.
All right. Well, we appreciate you coming on and giving us this information. What I'd like to do, if you have a link for some of this information, maybe you can drop it in our live
Absolutely.
feed, and also drop your number in there, or an email address to
Definitely.
Tony, so he can get that too.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you
Absolutely.
for coming on. If you guys are looking
Thank
to
you.
buy or sell a home, you can always give me a call 256-708-1511, and we'll help you get to a better place. Well, thank you so much for coming on. Running there.
Sorry. Somebody was trying to. Still got to go run home real quick, and I was short on my
Are
wood
you
this
running the
morning.
intro on us?
I just threw it in between. So we're off the intro now, though. We're actually back on live feed.
Hey, Mark Bird, Mayor Mendoza, Daryl Nethery, Jason Whitehead, Heather Stewart, Robert Webb, thank you guys for tuning in. Please share, please comment, please like.
Yep. Let's see. Hold on. There we go. Now we got video.
Video.
They changed some of the settings on this thing.
Hey everybody, Richard Neese here with Whitehead Realtors and Space Place. We appreciate you guys tuning in to the Real Estate Rundown. This is our third and final segment, and Dominic can't hardly stand it. He's sitting over there. He said about 6 words.
6 words about falling asleep.
I know. He's running the board for us on Facebook Live. If you guys want to tune in, it's on my personal page, and we've also got it shared to several places. So if you guys want to take a look, we can always watch it later as well if you're busy right now. We have Crystal Owens just stepped in. Crystal's one of my agents in the Hartselle, Decatur, Madison area. We appreciate her coming down here. She's we're checking out Coleman, trying to work on some strategies for Coleman and Hartselle and how to tie all that together so that we can have buyers and sellers flowing from both sides, because there's a lot of people coming in to Coleman from the areas north of here, and it's about probably a 45-minute drive to Redstone Arsenal. There's a lot of industry going on in the Huntsville area, and so a lot of folks want to call our little town home. So, Crystal, we appreciate you coming on. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about you've been an agent for a little bit under a year now, and I wanted you to share some of your experiences. There's a lot of people that are looking to get into the real estate business, or they don't know what real estate agents do, and I can tell them till I'm blue in the face, but it's good to have somebody else's perspective on a day in the life of a real estate agent. I'm going to leave that one open for you.
Okay, so my favorite part of the job is by far the human connection, getting to speak to people, getting to meet people, getting to know their needs and their goals, and figuring out a way to make that happen.
So one thing I didn't mention about Crystal is that she actually runs a restaurant as well. Where's your restaurant located? What's the name of it?
It's actually in a convenience store. It's a little deli. It's Po' Boy's Deli. It's right off of Gordon Terry Parkway. I'm from Louisiana, so I like to cook Cajun food.
That's right. Her and Dominic have had many conversations just today about Cajun food. I have no idea what in the world they're talking about, but they said this is good and that's good. I know there's some boudin and some other stuff going on. I don't know. I like to eat. That's the only thing I know. So you got that. So obviously you're in the customer service business. You
Right.
like connecting with people. You like seeing people happy with a full tummy, and in that instance. But as far as the real estate side goes, I know that you've held several open houses. I know that you're out door knocking. You're doing all the things that a good Whitehead agent does in order to connect with people, to find the right homes for them, to find the sellers, connect the buyers. Do you have any stories or anything that have kind of struck you as being unique for real estate that you've really enjoyed since you started? If you don't, that's okay.
Absolutely. So getting to be the agent that gets past the barriers that agents that have come before me may have set without their knowledge or not meaning to. People have trusted me before that they wouldn't have normally done, and so that's been a huge a win for me, and that's my goal.
So tell people, and we had this conversation while we were riding the car doing some video work. Why did you become a real estate agent? Because that really tells what you just said. It kind of shows how you connect with folks, because I know you didn't have the best experience when you were selling. So
Right. So we had some personal experiences, and so my goal is to be the agent that is in a good part of somebody's story years later and continues to be that part of somebody's story. I have a degree in psychology, so that is super duper interesting to me as far as getting to be able to connect with people and just being that person that helps them meet their goals.
what have you seen as the biggest barrier that people have, whether you're door knocking or whether you meet them in an open house? What do you think's that biggest issue?
Just not having a very high standard, or not having a good experience in the past, and so to overcome that, it's a little bit challenging. But it doesn't take long for people to truly see that your desire is genuinely good.
I agree 100%. You have a lot of I've got some folks on Facebook. I don't know if you guys are watching. Darren Silvan, I appreciate it, brother. We just closed on a place. It's been about a week ago, and Darren's excited. So being that integral part of somebody's life, with him, he's looking to start an investment career. But we have a saying, helping good people get to a better place, and we really mean that in so many different ways. I see so many agents that come in and they're immediately asking when they knock on the door, hey, I want to list your house, you got to have me, this is how much I cost, this and this. And that's not what it's about. I mean, they want to know, they want to establish that trust. They want to know that they're being protected, because it is a big job. I mean, it's the biggest transaction most people make in their life, and just to hand that over to somebody and to be seen as a commission, makes me sick, to be honest with you. So when you're able to connect with those folks, walk them through that process, let them know, I'm sure the mother comes out in you, the police officer comes out in me, I want to keep you safe and make sure that this process goes smoothly. I want to give you the information that you need, but protect you from the information that you don't need, because I hate to say this, but sometimes there's too much information. And as you go along in your career, you'll start seeing that some people want every bit of that information, and they don't really know how to process it. I mean, they don't have the experience, they don't have the team around them to help them understand what's really going on. And that's where, as a real estate agent, you've got to be a buffer. And Dominic talks about this all the time. You know, sometimes you've got to be, as a real estate agent, the bad guy. Sometimes you've just got to take all of the bad news and turn it into something good. And it's not an easy job, but it's one that I really enjoy on a daily basis.
Absolutely. That's one of the things I would often tell my clients when I was in the industry was, don't worry about the negotiating part. I'm the bad guy in this situation.
That's
to
right.
them.
That's
You know,
right.
it's not my job to go and put the drama on you. I'm the one who's going to take on all that for you so that you can have a stress-free experience. And sometimes you have to be a bulldog when you're dealing with
Sometimes
others
you do.
because of I took seriously the people I was representing in a transaction. And it's funny, I probably represented people that I worked for better than I would my own self, because I would give a lot more.
Sure.
Because I'm only give with my own personal finance and my own personal time.
Right.
But when I'm dealing with somebody else's time, somebody else's finances, I take that very
Yeah,
seriously.
and that's that fiduciary interest.
Yeah.
I mean, it's your pocketbook is more valuable than my pocketbook. Is what
Absolutely.
it comes down to. And you know, the daily challenges that real estate agents have, it's the biggest thing is having customers on one side that understand their role, the real estate agent's role. But at the end of the day, it's all worth it for me. I enjoy working with people. I enjoy solving the problems. I know Crystal does as well. I'm excited to see her growth in the real estate industry. I mean, she's hit the ground running. Do you have an open house this weekend? I know that you've had like 3 straight in the past weekends.
I don't have one planned. I was hoping to get one scheduled
Okay.
today.
Yeah, we
One
can
of your
definitely
listings,
find,
yeah.
and no problem. We'll definitely find you something. That's another thing that I like about working with Whitehead is you've got a lot of like-minded agents that work together. If an agent that has established business and has more houses than they can handle by themselves, the team works together in order to hold houses open, market the properties necessary, and that's really how more houses get sold for more money because of that exposure. So I'm about done. I mean, do you want to talk about football? I mean, what do you want to do?
Well, I guess we finally just keep it settled. We knew this was for a while, but I guess we got to figure out this wager. What happened?
The wager was a stake bet. All right, I'll take you to stake bet.
Okay,
That's
okay.
no problem. You
So
make the spot.
I pretty much dominated this year.
I'll give you that.
So we could reset and do a bowl game kind of pick and kind of invite
Look,
the public
I'm
to
not
it.
betting again.
No. Invite the public to it to kind of have a bowl game pool of different games out there. You know, I was thinking along those lines. I didn't talk about this before, so Rich was looking at me with some evil.
Yeah, we need to have guest pickers come on and just go off of that and see what we can get. Maybe almost a running tally on those. Kind
Yeah.
of like NCAA tournament.
Yeah, just kind of like you go through and it's just like you said, it's just a tally. See who comes out the best on it all. You know, I think this is the one time, being an LSU fan, Crystal can understand this.
Who's LSU playing? Who are they matched up with?
Do you really not know?
I really don't know.
Okay, so you're going to find this hilarious. UCF.
Nice. Nice. I didn't know, but
Yeah.
at least they'll be injured because the last time that LSU played a mid-major was at Troy or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Something like that. No, but that's where I've gotten more phone calls, texts, and Facebook messages from Bama fans saying, y'all need to kill them.
Yeah, please be there.
I was like,
Auburn couldn't do it, so let's get LSU do it.
They
Right?
said it's like this may be the one time that I'm pulling for LSU, and when they're not playing Auburn. You
Well,
know?
I'll tell you, I'm actually a little bit of a Coach O fan. I like the guy that jumps in there and gets his hands dirty and does the work. So I can appreciate his coaching style. I don't understand him. I can't understand what he says, but I can appreciate him.
Absolutely.
So, and I know Kenny's listening right now, and he's the biggest LSU fan I've ever met. I mean, you should have seen him decked out in his LSU gear last week. It was pretty impressive. But we like to lighten it up a little bit at the end of the radio session. We appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in. If you guys have questions about the loan programs, if you're interested in, if you're up in the Hartsville area, Decatur, Crystal will be glad to help you, and I would as well. If you guys want an evaluation on your home, if you're looking for financing or whatever the case might be, we'd like to help you through that process. You can always give us a call, 256-708-1511, and we'll help you get to a better place. today may help somebody, especially the veteran stuff. There's some good programs out there, and this Federal Home Loan Bank program. There's a huge acronym, I don't know, but Amanda can definitely help if you guys want to rewatch that. I'm going to get her to put her information here as well, and you can contact her, and hopefully we can get you in a home. You guys have a great day.